on do you text or do you call?
Well, you know what? With the launch of iOS 17, the latest operating system upgrade, comes some important new updates to smartphone etiquette. So USA Today Tech Life columnist Jennifer Jolly is here with us. Good morning, Jen. You know, you just wrote about cell phone etiquette. So let's talk about what's changed. Apparently, we need to text before we call now.
Okay, when I first heard this, I thought, you're just creating extra work for me. I don't want to get a bunch of texts. Is now a good time? Is now, like, yes, just call me already. Or, you know, 9 times out of 10, if I really want to talk to somebody, I'll just pick up the phone and make the call. Well, apparently, I'm old and doing it all wrong because now the new social etiquette dictates that we're supposed to text before we call and make sure now's a good time for that other person to talk. If we don't hear back, whatever you do, don't keep texting, and for sure, don't call and call and call and call, because that is rude.
And someone might be fresh out of the shower, so please don't just randomly FaceTime them.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Don't just randomly FaceTime. Set FaceTimes up unless you're on vacation and you're just dying to show your family, you know, the Eiffel Tower or something. And by the way, it's important to note that what works for close friends and family is different from colleagues, business, professional situations. So there are some exceptions to these rules. But yeah, don't randomly FaceTime people. Apparently people really hate that, and it's now
I agree with that one.
Yeah, I'm not answering random ones.
Right. Well, should you leave someone a voice message? Because I feel like some people still do that.
Yeah, apparently no. Voice messages are done. They're just gone, done. Not supposed to leave them anymore, which I think is a little counterintuitive. Now with iOS 17, you get a transcript in real time. As someone's leaving you a voice message, you can see what they're saying and kind of call screen, like in the best new way, kind of throw back to the good old days when we had those answering machines and we could screen every call. Apparently, if it's friends, if it's family, nobody listens to messages, but there are, again, exceptions. If you're talking about anything emotional, then it's better to do that via voice message, or say, there's something we really need to talk about over the phone, which again, like, causes me more anxiety, but I didn't write these rules. And then, yeah, you're supposed to just wait for them to call you back.
Okay, now I've got to ask you what fubbing is.
Fubbing is the act of snubbing somebody for your smartphone. So that's when you're in a restaurant and you pick up your phone and you look at it instead of the person that you're talking with, or in business meetings. And that is one of the biggest no-nos. You are to put your phone away, out of your sight. Don't put it on the table. Don't put it on the desk in front of you. Have it nowhere around. At dinner time, in business meetings, and at bedtime. Hello. You wouldn't believe how many people either answer the phone when they're in snuggle time, or, you know, bedtime, or get distracted and look at that phone. And that apparently is breaking up more relationships than anything in all of history.
Wow. Oh, wow. Goodness. All right. Well, now we know. We've got to stick to these rules. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, you know what? By the way, you can read her Tech Life news on our website, techish.com, and follow her column at usatoday.com/tech.